Yo, what's up, everyone? Big shout out to all of the customers. Actually, we're going to be talking about ISOM number one in this video. Now, you see the campaign right here. We have 11 days left to go on the ISOM campaign. The sales are going to start ramping up as it always does with any campaign in terms of the, with 11 days to go. And some of these, of course, being campaign specific items, namely the trading cards, the 11 trading cards, oversized trading cards that you guys are going to get. You're going to want to get in on those if you have not already, because we're not going to be selling those after the campaign is over with. Now, thank you, of course, for the support. We're closing in on, as of this video, $3.58 million, which is actually the topic of today. Now, you've seen us cover some of the detractors and all of the weirdos with the ISOM a pre-order campaign. By the way, be sure to check your emails if you have been an order or if you have been a customer. You're a customer and checking up on your orders and all that. We did send, of course, email updates. We send them out all the time on the status kind of when fulfillment starts. We've narrowed that down now, and it's as of like a couple of weeks or within a couple of weeks of that last email. So be sure to check your email in terms of when that starts. We think that we're going to be able to ramp up to 4,000 or so, even more if conversations keep going well, over 4,000 shipments a day. So we're going to be rocking and rolling, and I'm excited. So with that being said, you remember we've covered everybody, these detractors, everybody's trying to nitpick, find something wrong with this. And it's hilarious watching these guys hold us to a standard that they don't hold guys with far more money than I do and far more resources, let's say that, and attack the billion-dollar corporate entities. But when they do something, even as simple as, pushing stuff back a couple of weeks, Marvel DC has been historically good at that especially the last year or so, with DC pushing back several titles. But it's okay for them to do that. But me accounting for 6 times more books than what I initially did, and which pushes it back 2 weeks it's a crime. It's a crime. With that being said, it started off when all of this, or before all of this launched, it's not going to see the success, right? It's going to flop. It's not going to make it to X amount of dollars. Remember that one of my reply guys said there was no chance that we were going to make $1 million. And, it was, the books don't exist. They're not actually done. Then we, of course, showed the physical copies of the books that we have, of course, in our warehouse already on hand, almost 12,000 of those that are already on hand, waiting for that next and last shipment to take us through this campaign. And, okay, but this, and that. Posters are empty. Well, no, it's actually not. As we put those on the shelves, we are putting the posters in there. And they were in there. And it's just a goalpost, perpetual goalpost move. Because what it amounts to, or really what this is, they don't like the fact that we're seeing success. And of course, it's more about you guys more than anything, which is why they are so quick to demonize the actual customers in the event that, they see the success. It's, your customers are brainwashed. They're this, they're that, and all these other issues that they have because they don't like the fact that we build our own sandbox and we're having our own fun, and they can't really do anything to stop it. So the last thing left to do is attack the customers and continue to move the goalposts to try to delegitimize what it is that we're doing. So at first it wasn't going to see the success. And now that it's seeing success, now it's like, you should have made more money. Let me see. Here we go. New goalpost. This is what this guy says. 3.5 million is nice until you put it in perspective. So imagine someone saying, hey, you made a lot of money, but it's actually not when you put it in perspective. I don't care what it is that you are doing as a startup company that invested your own money. If you are doing definitely publishing something like that, and you end up getting $3.5 million, you did something. That's the perspective. That's all the perspective that's needed there. But again, they're going to hold me to a completely different standard. So let's continue. He said that's roughly $88 on average per buyer. But if you were getting the full support of your viewers, then you'd be getting around $40 million. 3 million is only around 8% of that. You can't even get your viewers to buy your comic. So what is this crack smoker talking about? If you actually go through the actual post, you'll see kind of what it is that he's saying. His first comment says, interesting that your own SJWs, which I don't have SJWs, fighting for anti-wokeism, don't support with their wallets the content they defend with their mouths. Since you barely get 10% conversion of your YouTube subscribers and less than 33% conversion of your Twitter followers to paying customers. Well, 33% conversion rate of Twitter followers is insanely high, for the record. And nobody in any industry gets, definitely if you post regular content, let's talk about YouTube. So I have 500,000 some subscribers. Nobody gets all of their subscribers in a viewership constantly. So I don't get that anything near that, which makes a lot of sense considering how the website works. And definitely with my variety of content, you got certain people more into the politics versus the comics and stuff. So, you know, it's expected that not everybody, but it doesn't matter who you are. Nobody gets all of their millions. PewDiePie doesn't do that. You get all of his millions of subscribers to watch every single video that it is that he does. He doesn't have many subscribers he has. It's not directly correlating to viewership. So if it's not directly correlating to viewership, why on earth would it correlate with, let's say, or translate is the more correct term, to paid customers? It is insanely difficult to have, because nobody does it, by the way, and you can't, every single person that follows you on social media to buy your product. No matter what the product is, especially something like, again, a book or something. That's just not doable. It's not viable. But here's the hilarious thing. These guys destroy the industry that they're so protective of through fake fraud, grasping for straws, nitpicky criticism. And it's not, because it's not criticism. That's why I'm using the air quotes, of myself. Because if you consider how many followers Marvel gets, or DC for that matter, how much they have on various platforms, they're not even in, they might not be in the 1 percentile of people actually buying, let's say, an individual book. Okay. As perspective, according to the NBD book scans, according to ICV2 and Comic-Con, the top selling graphic novel in our genre by way of Marvel or DC, concluding all those image. And the top 5, by the way, of those graphic novels were not Marvel or DC related. Okay. With that being said, the top 1 was only 24,000. This is why I told y'all these guys could absolutely be competed with. They don't do as good as you think they're doing. Maybe in floppy sales, even those aren't really doing that great comparison to previous years in terms of the actual unit sales. Not sales number, they increase the prices. But you know, when you have a price increase from 2016 to 2021, and let's say your comic book sales amount to, let's say, almost the same thing, which is what they were according to Comic-Con, almost the same. Well, you're selling less units, right? They just cost more. Okay, which is cool. We accounted for almost 60,000 for perspective, 60,000, and those are actual customers, not okay. Publisher sells to Diamond, who then sells to retailers like the industry does. No. So with those, even with those 24,000 numbers, some of those books can be just rotting on the shelves. We don't know. With mine, they're actual paid customers. We know that there's over 41,000 actual paid customers and accounting for almost 60,000 total books. Okay. So their conversion rate is terrible. And that's what ends up happening when you are grasping for straws, as these weirdos are. You're criticizing the people that are my competitors that you are so protective of in terms of the industry. The guys that left their creatives broke, and the guys that aren't doing, they certainly aren't doing that much. Look, bottom line, my guys actually do spend money. Okay, that's the bottom line. Conversion rate is never going to be 100%. It's not going to be 50% on any viewership. Nobody does that with anything. Nobody's going to get the exact amount, even half the amount of the viewership that they have, or let's say subscribers or followers that they have to buy their product. It's just not simply how it works, certainly in publishing. But here we are. So the new goalpost now, as according to this guy, is I'm supposed to make $40 million. Nobody else is doing that, right, on their material like that has a comparable following on their like actual, like, say, merchandise or books or whatever it is they're selling. Nobody's doing that. But it's expected of me to make $40 million. That's a new goalpost. So it's in perspective. It's not that well. They don't spend money. No, they do spend money. They spend lots of it. And again, consider the variety of my content. Not everybody follows me for comic books. Idiot. Yo, I appreciate you as always. And if you're into comics or want to get into them, go visit Rippaverse.com, where you can check out my own comic book company, Rippaverse Publishing. Our first book, ISOM #1, is currently up for pre-order right now. You can also check out the company trailer and the ISOM campaign trailer so that you can make an informed purchase. We've cleared over $3.3 million in sales, and many of our supporters are viewers just like yourselves. And because of that, I have to thank you all personally. I do appreciate you. I can't wait for you to learn more about ISOM himself and already fan favorite Yaira. We ship internationally, so no matter what side of the globe you're on, we'd love to have you as a customer. Much love and big thanks.